All right. Hello, hello,
Uh-oh.
everyone. This is Linda K. Edwards with New Me, New You. We help educate, enrich, empower, and inspire. We focus on all vital issues, both in personal and business. We cater to individuals, families, and businesses to help them to become better than yesterday and to unlock their potential by giving them information, resources, referrals. We do spiritual enrichment, and we facilitate in person and virtual events for awareness. So, today is the first day of Women's Month, and I just wanted to come up here today and to honor those women and these women that are here with us tonight. Hello, ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for asking. I'm well, thank you. I wanted to just start off with a prayer, which I always do. And I thought this was soothing for this occasion. So, oh God, we pray that you would lighten the life of all women on the earth with freedom of expression, good health, independence, joy, and self-actualization. May you bring new hope to the lives of all oppressed women and give them a better life. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen. So,
Amen.
ladies, are you ready for today? Because we're celebrating each other by doing, some engaging, having, some conversation on anything in womanhood, celebrating womanhood. And I have this game that I thought would be a nice icebreaker to start off, right? So I'm going to give you an option of what you would like to answer. Okay. And it comes from these categories. So one of them would be style and beauty, love and relationships. Um, let's see, and lifestyle and wild. Okay. Whatever that is. Okay. So which one would you guys want to start off? We'll start off with Mrs. Tanya. Hi, what would you like to start off with? Would you like to start off with lifestyles just for fun or style
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
just for fun? Okay, let's see. All right, here we go. Da-da-da-da. All right. What would I prefer to find while panning for gold that I would value more than gold? I have never heard of that before, but okay. So what would I prefer to find while panning for gold that I would value more than gold?
Oh wow. What would I? Mm.
What would I value more than looking for gold, basically? Do you have an answer?
A long lost family member.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so now we're gonna move on because that was a little rough around the edges. We'll try another one because I was even stumped. I didn't know what to answer either. Okay, so we're gonna do what? What do you think? A lifestyle or yep, we'll do a lifestyle. Here we go. What room in the house am I least likely to show off to guests? Anybody want to answer that one?
Oh,
The bathroom.
Okay. What do you say, Tanya?
I say my oldest son's room because it doesn't look like anybody human lives in it. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So we're gonna pass. We're gonna send that one off. All right. So now this one will be style and beauty. All right. So here it goes. For what special event in my past do I think I looked the prettiest?
Mm.
So think back to all those lovely events that you've been to and which one do you think made you feel the prettiest?
Tanya, you want to take that one?
Well, I have two children that got married, and I would say that would be a tie. That was prettiest times in my life that I've ever dressed up for my son's wedding and for my daughter's wedding.
And I was
Yeah.
thinking that in my mind as well. She looked absolutely amazing, as she does now, you know.
Yes.
No, I
Okay, so we got that. So now let's go into what are we going into? Style and beauty. So in which dress do you think she looked the sexiest or you look the sexiest?
oh my goodness, ew, sexy. I don't think I look sexy, none of them, but okay. Then. I'm gonna let the baby girl answer that
Um, so same kind of situation. My girlfriend had me as a bridesmaid, and then she also got my makeup done, and she picked out the dresses for us.
one. Oh
And
yeah,
believe
you was
it or
gorgeous.
not, I'm like very picky and particular with dresses because I have to hide certain parts of my feminine. So she picked out all of our dresses, and she did a really good job, and I felt really good about myself after. And actually, all the girls look great. So she did a really good job.
Oh, that was nice.
Awesome. That is awesome. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna shift this. I'm gonna start some Family Feud. Okay, we're gonna get off of that. I switch it up a little bit. Okay, here it goes. Here it goes. This is not Steve Harvey. This is Linda. Okay, so here we go. Ready? I'm shuffling, shuffling. All right. Name something that might happen to you when you get really hot. Tanya?
You sweat.
That's right. That's number one answer. Shoba?
Turn red.
That
Yeah.
that's there. That's the third answer. Good. Tanya?
Get thirsty. You want something to drink.
Yeah.
Something cold.
Dehydration. That's right. Shoba?
Take my clothes off.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's getting hot in
That's
here.
good. Tanya?
Um, you want to escape to some place that's cool, somewhere that has air conditioning where you can feel the air.
I mean, you broke
Cool
that
off.
really well.
Swimming,
Okay. Yeah.
beach,
And there's one more.
pool.
There's one more thing.
Like she said, jump in a cold shower.
Yeah.
No, this one is heat stroke. You can get a
Heat
Oh,
stroke.
no, but you know what? I wouldn't have even thought about that, to be honest with you.
You want to have a heat
So here
stroke?
it is. Say it again.
I'm trying to. I just don't understand how heat stroke go with.
I know some of these answers are I don't know.
Because you said something that you would. Do. Okay. All right. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Some of them don't make sense. So sometimes I'll you know substitute it for something else. So it's okay. Okay, so what is the first thing men notice about women?
Oh, the smile,
Okay, yes. Show
their
her.
eyes.
Eyes and face, yeah.
body, boobs, booty.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, you've taken it all off the map. Exactly. So yeah, they have the bosom, the figure, the looks, their eyes, face, smile, and expression.
Feet. Oh.
Oh, their feet. Well, no, they didn't actually they didn't put that there. But they do men do like feet.
Hmm.
Um, but okay, so we're gonna get off of this. I'm gonna change something around. You just gave me an idea. So being a woman, of course, we get into what we like and what we don't like, right? So I'm going to ask, each one of you, what is the thing that really shuffles your feathers?
Concerning as far as like
Just in general, that
just
would
a pet peeve.
really, yes, that would just tickle your feathers.
Mm.
Can I say mine first?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Sure.
Okay. Mine is empty promises. I get really offended or take it personally, which I'm learning not to do.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
When someone promises me something from my friends or my family, especially because I do care about them, and then they tell me, hey, we're gonna go, let's say, this is a small example, we're gonna go to a movie on Friday. And then they forget they make other plans for that Friday. And I know in my head, I'm excited and I'm looking forward to that friend or my family date. And
Mhm.
they totally forgot, made plans with somebody else. And I'm like, oh,
Mm.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
and you could
oh,
have done the
so why do
same.
you promise me things and then like get my hopes up only to bring me down? And that's like a big pet peeve for me.
Can I just add something with that? Not
Sure.
so much of just bringing you down, but acting so nonchalant about it, like you're overreacting or like it's not that serious when they don't understand that you take people's words from their mouth literally. So it's
Yes,
better that you had not promised anything at all and said, I'll try to be mindful. Or if nothing doesn't come up, then we can make plans for such and such. But to promise, have somebody excited, like you said, especially when it's family and friends, and you're looking forward to it, and then you have the letdown, and they have no conscience or no thought that this would bother you, hurt you, or offend you, but try to brush it off and downplay it. Yeah, that'll make me not even want to deal with you for a good minute. Like the next family function or the next get together, now I'm good. Because then you
I agree.
got to be careful that resentment doesn't build up that would cause you to react and not want to be involved in the next gathering just because of what they did to you. So
absolutely.
I think that's why it's important
That
that
was well said, by the way.
when an offense comes to you, that you're quick to pray about it and let it go, because if not, I feel like stuff like that can really build up in the heart, cause bitterness, and cause you to drag a love-hate relationship that you would have never even thought about, but you didn't realize how it really affected you because they promised and because you had your hopes set up. And it's just disappointment after disappointment, because it's not usually the first one. It's usually more than one that usually builds up, and you don't know how to express it because this is my friend, this is my loved one. How do I say this offended me without me being the bad guy, or without them feeling like, you know, I was too emotional or I overacted? So that that can be really ugly and drag out. That can really mess a person up for real. It
Right.
really can. Now I understand that one really wholeheartedly. But I say this. This is what I say. Instead of us, like I said, taking offense and holding it, I'm finding out that it's okay to go to those loved ones or to sit them down and let them know, hey, can I talk to you? I
Mm.
really need to let you know that I was looking forward to the other day. I was looking forward to us going here. And then when you change the, reservations, or when you change whatever we're supposed to do, you know, without notifying me, or at the last moment, or you like shrugged it off like it really didn't mean nothing, it really did to me. I think it's okay. It's okay to let people know when they offend us. It's okay to let people know when they hurt us. It's okay that we're not okay. And I'm saying this because I've just grew out of this. I just was able to let a lot of that go. I was just able to really come to grips with, I don't always have to be the better person when something is hurting me, when something is affecting me, because it all goes back to your mental state. It all goes back to wearing stuff like that can wear you down mentally, to where you start to not only question the people around you, but you question yourself, which can cause you to be closed off, cause you to be secluded, can cause you to feel like you don't matter for real. You know what I'm saying? And that puts a damper on relationship. And sometimes it's hard to get back.
Right.
It's hard to fight back. You got to fight back. I'm sorry, y'all.
Don't be
But
sorry. Don't
mentally,
apologize.
I was in
This
this
is a comfortable
space.
spot.
Mentally, I've had to fight to get out because of disappointments, because of things that was promised, because you thought highly of a person more than you should have, and not giving them the credit for being human, or for not being as thoughtful as you would have been, or for not reaching out because you felt like they should have felt that that was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So in that scenario, we can conquer that pet peeve because that's one of mine too. But the first way to conquer it is to express it, is to literally put on your big girl pants and let whoever promised you or whoever let you down know that that's what they did. And don't worry about the consequences from it, because the consequences of you holding it, the consequences of you feeling let down, feeling left behind, feeling unvalued, feeling like your opinion didn't matter in that situation is going to be far more hurtful than you expressing to somebody that they hurt you, or that you were disappointed, or that you really looked forward to it and you felt like to them it didn't matter. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? When we should all be mindful. We should all be mindful how the other person might feel or the other people might feel. We should all be mindful, oh my God, what is that going to do after we already promised her? You know, a prime example is my sister. I love her dearly. And I know that I'm so old and set in my ways, I'm being honest, that I get tired. Like I was telling Linda, once I settle down, and my biggest thing was, a part of me said, well, she'll understand. But then something said, go back and read the text that she sent. And she said that it would really, she would really be honored. So I knew that it would meant something to her. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you say, bump me. And you really think about the person that is looking forward to it, that you don't want to let down, to where you could put yourself to the side, my God, and the love shine abroad and say, you know what? I'm doing this for her because I need to come out this comfort zone. I need to stop thinking that it's just about me. I need to stop thinking, oh, they wouldn't mind. Of course she would have. She wouldn't have texted that she would be honored, that she would look forward to it. You, you wouldn't have felt the joy even though it was in the letter. You could feel the spirit behind the letter. Did that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You could
Absolutely.
text me, and your texts could let me know how you really feel. I could feel the joy. I could feel the disappointment. I could feel the hurt, the pain. I could feel the confusion just by the spirit behind the words. We got to be more mindful. We got to be okay with letting people know that they offended us, that we just rather that they don't promise. Let's not promise, okay? Let's just say that we'll make plans or we'll look forward to this. But should something come up, the plans might change. Don't just change the plans. Just don't promise. Just say, okay, if nothing comes up, let's make this appointment for such and such to do such and such. But if you promise me and you don't come through, it's just like totally cutting my heart out. And that's for real.
Right.
So when you said that, I'm sorry, but oh my God, that is ooh.
Yeah.
I don't
So
have nothing else to say on that one.
that is one of mine as well. I try my best. I'm not saying that I'm 100%, but I try my best with anyone that I promise something to, that I do it. If I know that I'm not sure, I will tell you I am not
I'm
sure if
not
I'm
sure.
gonna make it. So that this way you could set up your mindset to know that she did say if she, she may or may not come. Like I was, but a little bit literally before I got on here, somebody texted me about their event on the 23rd, and she asked me the same. Oh, Linda, are you going to make it? I would like to see you. And I said, I'm in neutral right now. I can't say yes or no because I know that a lot is going on the scenes, on my calendar. So I don't want to make a promise I can't keep. But as it gets
Right.
closer, I will let you know. And she was okay with that because she knows if I say I'm not, if I say I'm coming, I'm coming. If I say I'm not, I'm not. And if I say I'm not sure, I'm not sure. So I value both of you, and I, value your opinions, and I try to be mindful each and every day of whatever I do. So I get it. It does hurt. It does break you down a lot if you're looking forward to, like, I was like, oh my God, my sister's coming. I was getting, it was like a little excited. Like, oh my God, she's on. Like, but when I saw the call come, and I'm like, oh gosh, I hope she's not saying that she's not coming on. Even though I know in my heart I would have been like, okay, you know what? She's tired. I get it. But at the same time, I would have on anyway. Even if she was
Right.
it off a little bit, I still would have been like, no, because I've been wanting her on this platform for quite some time now. And I don't want her to think that I never wanted her on. I did always, but I also had to be mindful of how she was feeling. Like, she wasn't in that place yet to come up here. So sometimes, delivery is a makes a difference. And you're not in the season or ready for something, you're just not. You can't force it. And she's one of those people that I know for sure she does not force her feelings. Like, if she doesn't want something, she's not doing it. If she wants to do it, she'll do it. So when she told me today, I heard it in her spirit, like, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this for the week. But at the same time, she was like, girl, I am tired. But she came, and I'm so grateful that you did. So grateful.
Look, in my same little dirty clothes for work.
Oh, please. No.
I said I was gonna wash my face, do my hair, put on some clean clothes so I could represent y'all. By the time I got finished messing with this computer and still was messing with it, that's why we kind of fell behind. I said, man, mm-mm. But I'm gonna get it, y'all. I'm gonna have it next time. I'm gonna have it next time.
That's okay. You guys, listen, let me tell you something about this platform as well. It's not anything to be perfected. You see how we are right now? This is realistic. This is life. This is what life is. Life is not dressed up. Life
Right.
is about so many different things and chapters. It has so many chapters that there is no behind the scenes lighting, and that's why when I first did my first online one, it was in my house on my bed, and everybody was looking at my room, and I had my banner over my window, and they still watched it. I had my cereal boxes on top of my refrigerator where my cats were on the floor in the back. I was like, wow, and people still watched it. So it doesn't matter, as long as you know deep down inside that whatever you are portraying and giving to whomever, and its quality, you don't got to worry about it. So what? I could be here in my night clothes. I actually started my YouTube, and I put up a video of me at nighttime in my night bonnet, saying to somebody about encouragement. And don't you know, I got more views on that than I would on my other things. I was like, what? People don't care. They want realistic stuff, you know? So that's what I try to do with this, be comfortable, say what you have to say. This is a platform to let it out, to express your feelings. What I'm going to be doing next week is going to be just that as well. That relate and release that I was telling you about. Shoba, come up here. If you want to share it, you share it. If you don't, you can deal with it, whatever way you want to do it, But anyway, I have another question that I'm going to ask. What type of man are you?
Ew.
Qualities that you're looking for in a man? I'm just curious for just argument's sake.
Mm.
So there's a list I can give you, which is everyone.
Give it to me.
Oh goodness, oh God. So a lot of my extended family, or say family friends, would call me picky, or I'm getting old, and if I don't let some of those things go, I'm never gonna get a man. But I guess I've seen too much, and I have way too many friends that have been through divorce and been through some crazy stuff in their relationship. So for me, loyalty is a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Being able to grow with God spiritually together is another big one for me. and getting along with my parents and my siblings, like my sister, especially my brother soul. I will always have a conversation with my brother in the car, wherever I go, or if I'm alone or I feel that I'm just need someone to talk to, it's going to be my brother's spirit. So the man that I eventually want to be long-term partners with, hopefully God willing married to, would have to understand those three major things. But there's a whole list of things that I want. I mean, those are the top three that come off the top of my head.
All right, it's your turn. Come on.
Mm.
I know that you have some great standards and things that you would like.
Phew. Okay.
I know you're good
the
communicator.
number one, the definitely, yeah. I I personally definitely would need a man that men, a lot of men don't know how to read our language.
Mhm.
It's, to me, it's very important that now the other three that she mentioned, I don't want to repeat what she said, but that's also a definite. That's a definite off the bat. But I think outside of the loyalty, outside of the somebody that can grow with you spiritually and you're on the same page, um, and getting along with your family and friends and understanding that there's certain things that are dear to you. And I'm not trying to be funny, but if you learn me, you know my animals are everything to me.
Right.
So if you're not an animal lover, you might as well keep it pushing, because my dogs and my cats have been therapy for me over the years when I thought that this was going to lead. When I couldn't see to the left or to the right, they gave me comfort. They brought me peace.
Right.
So but that's minor as well. But it's more so a man that has learned a woman's language, a man that knows that a woman gets emotional, but at the same time, he can't be emotionless. Good God. See, I done started preaching right there already.
Come
So
on, bring it. We're here.
I'm just not going to get started on that,
Come on,
because there's
now.
too many emotionless men for us emotional women.
Right.
So what happens is, the more we try to explain how we feel and let them, it seems to them like we're nagging, but we're not. We're letting them know that we have cares and concerns about where I'm going with you. What am I going to help you to achieve? Because if I'm supposed to be the help me, that means God, the creator of this universe, has put in me some qualities that I have that you need to get to your next level.
Come on,
So as long as you don't acknowledge that, we're always going to have a problem. Well, the man is going to always have a problem, because a woman, we were made to birth. Okay. And when you can't birth no more naturally, you still have been programmed and designed to birth spiritually. That's why the world says behind every good man, there was a good woman. There was a woman that knew how to get down in the dirt and come on up to the top with him. There was a woman that said, baby, I don't know why you say you can't, but you can. There was a woman that say, well, we'll just sacrifice here and to get you there. Because if we get you there, I'm right behind you. I'm going to also reap the benefits as well. Only a foolish woman would tear down her house, right? Okay, so I think by nature, we already have that drive and that push to push him. But we need a man that is not so egotistic and gone to where he can accept that this woman is not here to hurt me, to use me, or to harm me, but to help me, to help catapult me into my destiny. For the simple fact is, when God said it's not good for man to be alone, so he made me to do what? He made me to see where you couldn't see. He made me to know what direction to go when you determine that you're going to go here. No, baby, I don't think so. Baby, I'm just saying, if we come to an agreement, I really think if you go this route, in the long run, it'll help you get there. You know what I'm saying? So I think the frustration for us women is when we're willing, we're able, even if he has the qualities that we need him to have, but if he doesn't understand how we think, if he doesn't understand our emotional side, if he doesn't understand our love language, then you're going to still have issues because he's on an ego trip. He can't accept what you have to say. He doesn't want to hear you. He doesn't feel like you need to be heard because he's the man. He got this. And you're getting frustrated. As women, we getting frustrated because we know there's something in us that's supposed to help him. We ready. We see it. Oh God, he don't see it. And so it's like now we want to know where we going. So then we start to ask questions. And it's not nagging. It's because if I'm going to follow you, I need to see where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can turn around and say, yeah, but life sometimes is about faith. Okay, that's with God. Faith without works is dead with God.
Right.
Okay, looking at man, I need to see some works in order to push some of my faith, because we know that some things that come out your mouth we can't trust. We know some things come out your mouth come out because of a misunderstanding. So we need a man that understands our love language, understands the way a woman thinks, understands a woman's heart, and knows how to deal with our emotions without being emotionless. Because once he meets us in our emotional state, once he meets us in our way of thinking, everything else is going to flow, because it's not going to be a fight, because he's going to understand we think like this and he thinks like that. But he also knows that where he's strong at, we might be weak. So that's where, excuse me, that's where he got us, and vice versa. Where he's weak at, okay, Michelle knows how to save money. I don't know how to save money. So we're going to have Michelle help in this area. Okay, I'm not good at doing this. He's good at doing this. So once you learn that you think different, you operate different, but you got the same goal, and that's to go up together.
Right.
Then I think we'll be okay. A lot of these men now, I think, and women as well, we've been hurt and we've been damaged and we've been disappointed to where it seems like, to me, from what I'm seeing now, everybody has this mentality where somebody's out to get me, where she's out to get me. I can't show no emotions, because we as women sometimes will take that and use it against them, not understanding. Once you get a man to break down and be vulnerable in that area, you cherish that. You don't take it and use it against him later on to say, well, you acted like this and you acted like, really? So you want this hard rock? You want this hard rock that can watch you cry, hurt, and upset and turn his back and watch TV like she's just in her feelings? Dude, really? So we're a different story, but with men, you really want a man that's after God's own heart. You want a man, I think I could even take a man that, even if he doesn't solely believe everything that I believe spiritually, he at least has some spiritual background to where he has a conscience of how he treats others, to where he has a conscience on that there is a higher power and it's not him, because I'm seeing a lot of egotistic type of men too, where they're believing that they are the God. I am all that you need and what you need, so, oh my God, that we can go on and on with that subject.
I see.
we think it's the love, and we think it's the loyalty, and we think it's the having the same like spiritual mind, as far as believing in the same God and believing in the same spirituality. It's even deeper than that. Because you can have that and it could still be like, right, like you're sitting with somebody that basically you still don't exist, but they still portray to go to church. They still portray to love the Lord. They still portray, they still a provider. They still make sure you got what you need. But when it comes to connecting, it's such a big disconnect. So you see all of this on one side, but when you come home, it's still a house without a home. My
Mm.
God. You still feel by yourself. You still sleep in the same bed, but you turn your back and he turn his. You
Mm.
still in the same house, but you can't even say good morning. The first thing when you see him in the morning, he can't even speak to you. He can't even tell you, reassure you that you look pretty today. Oh, that's nice what you got on. Did you? He can't even give you affirmations to make you feel like you even matter.
Mm.
But he's a provider. He go to church every Sunday. He's sitting up there quoting the Bible too. Okay, I don't need to go further.
I
So
hate
we
to
got
say
to be careful.
the devil
We
quotes
got
the
to be
Bible
careful.
too.
Okay, then. And
So,
so guess what? That's sometimes you could be sleeping with the enemy
mm,
the whole time,
that's another
sleeping with the
episode we'll be
enemy.
talking about narcissistic people.
Oh,
And they're women too, not just men,
yeah,
but we're
yeah.
going to talk about that in another day. I value you guys with your opinions, with what you're saying, because I'm sure it's relatable to a lot of people out there. So that's why we do these things. I put it up. I know somebody's going to watch it. Somebody's going to hear it and relate to it. Like, oh my goodness, that's me. Oh my goodness, I understand that. So we're going to go with another question. What is your best attribute about yourself that you are so sure of, and
Oof.
this is
Mhm.
this is me?
Mhm.
You have many, so this shouldn't take long.
Mhm.
Uh,
Come on, ladies, you shouldn't take this long. You have plenty. I could read them out for you.
you first then.
Me?
Yeah,
What I love
yeah.
about myself, honestly, is my personality of who I am, because I love people wholeheartedly and I stand firm on it. I might not be a lot of things, but that's one thing that I'm confident in, is that I have unconditional love, and I'm good and engaging with people. But my communication, I'm a communicator. I don't like to, like my sister mentioned earlier, I don't like to not settle something. I need to know how we can resolve it and go on to the next thing. And I'm also a forgiving person. Like, you could slap me today, I might be bad at you, it might have hurt me, but tomorrow I'll be right back again.
Linda.
Yes, ma'am.
Not that one.
Huh?
No, ma'am. No, you're not gonna stand it. No, no, Linda.
Wait, say it again.
The slapping part now. Mm-mm.
Oh, if somebody
No,
slapped
sis.
you? Yeah. If
If I
somebody
slap you, sis, no.
See, I
Nah.
agree. Tough one for me. I agree with you, sis. Big sis, I agree with you on that one. I had this conversation with others. See, I used to be a forgiving person and I have no qualms about it. Just like you said, if it's something little, like, oh, okay, fine. Even if you forget a promise that you made for me and then it fell through, it didn't happen, I'll
Right.
forgive you. No problem with that. But I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what Big Sis is talking about,
Okay.
hey, I have a boyfriend. He decides to beat me a couple of times. Oh, he decides to cheat on me a couple of times.
Oh,
I can forgive you one time, but two times, one time,
I'm
what is
going to
that
tell you
quote?
guys something. I'm glad you mentioned that. I am a person that was in a domestic violence relationship at the age of 19 to 23, 24. Um, I did not know what I was going through because of the fact I've never had that happen to me before. Um,
Right,
I did forgive him. It took everything within me. It was only God that gave me that, because
right.
first of all, to navigate through something like that at a young age, where you're thinking, wait a minute, this is somebody I'm in love with. How could they do this?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm too good to him. Like, why is he treating me this way? Like I'm some type of trash. You're talking, you're
Mm.
verbally, mentally, and physically trying to just strip me away from who I am. And he did. He succeeded for a little bit of time. I used to compare myself to other women. Oh, look at her. I don't look like her. My hair is not like her. My this is not like her. But it took all of God. I got to give him the glory, all of him, because I got baptized after the last hit, okay, which broke my nose. Yes, broke my nose. I mean, it's just, listen, it took, sometimes it has to take you to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're not going to stop. It doesn't matter. I had people who would take me out of the place that we were living in, because we lived together, but it was my place. And I would pack up and then 5-10 minutes later, go right back. That's because I wasn't tired. Then that day that I'll never forget it. I was working in the hospital and I was getting ready for work, and he came by, and it was our anniversary. And I said, you didn't remember our anniversary, but because he must have been cheating, whatever he was, his guilty conscience, he went to go hit me, and I ducked, but I thought that I missed his hand, but I did not. It cracked into my nose. And I remember blood flushing out of my nose, and all I could think about is, I got to get to work and get my money. I was always like that, but I said, let me wipe my face and go to work. By the time I can get to work, my whole face was swollen, and I had to go to the emergency room, and they were like, ma'am, if you're in an abusive relationship, you need to let us know. And I'm like, no, I hit my nose on the wall, lying, I was afraid because they were going to arrest him. And I was like, oh God, I don't want him to get arrested. I love him. And plus I'm afraid of what he'll do when he comes out. So that's particular situation. I mean, listen, love will make you do a lot of things, but one thing I won't do is lose my soul. So when I realized that that's where I was heading, that's only quick decision I had to make was I had to go to my maker, because my maker didn't bring me here for all of this. So when I accepted Christ and I went and I got baptized, this nut went and tried to do the same thing. Talking about, I'm so sorry for the people that I've hurt in my life. He did one of those speeches, the Oscar nomination speech. But I forgive him wholeheartedly, all jokes aside. I really do, because I had to forgive him, not for him, for myself, for me to be able not to carry the anger to somebody else and to abuse somebody else for no reason, And so I honestly can say, honest to God, okay, I really have, I have a very forgiving heart. I really do. I forgive everything. People that set me up and had me jumped, I forgive them. Now they pass me, they recently see me, and they're like, how do you still smile? How do you say hi to me with what I've done to you? Just the grace of God, honey. Because if I didn't have that man upstairs, it would probably have resulted in a different way. But I honestly, truly can say to you here, because this is going to be online, that I do forgive. There's so many things that have happened to me, people have done to me because of my energy, because of my strength. They feel that they can break me down, and he tried it physically, mentally, emotionally. He tried, but it didn't happen. Because whatever God put in me, that forgiveness, I'm just grateful for. So I really truly do forgive. So if you slap me today, yeah, I'll be mad at you, I'll be hurt. I mean, it's just true emotion. But tomorrow I'll be back again.
No,
I won't be back to, I might
we different, sis. We different.
Yeah, but I have to tell you from my experience, I mean, people have done some really dirty bird stuff to me. And up until today, if I was not a forgiving soul, whoo, that's all I could tell you. That's all I could tell you. They tried to break me down mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, try to put me in a hole. And every time they try to shut me down, God brought me back stronger and bigger than ever. So, I just recommend that if anybody could, try to do it for yourself, not for that person. That person will go to bed sleeping at night while you be sitting there stumbling your thumbs and worried about it. And they're sleeping real good and looking great, wrinkle free. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Nobody's worth your being. Nah, So that's all I have to say.
Tanya, you were saying
my sister's like, oh.
Lord, that's why we so different, Lord. That's why I'm the big sister.
Oh my God, little sister. I used to take.
You're not gonna slap me, and the next day I'm gonna be right back for some more.
No. I'm not saying I'm coming back for more. I'm saying I forgive you. And then,
Oh,
I mean, now, after that time, it depends on how, who you are to me and how important you are
right.
to me, because that's how I have to evaluate it. But if you're someone that is just out of the blue and you come, I forgive you, but just don't come near me again. That's it. You're like the IRS. I just write you off. But I'm not saying, that, oh, yes,
Mm.
I love it. I like it. I love it. I'm not coming back just like that.
No, 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 no. The way I was looking at it, the way you were saying it was, you was just expressing how forgiving you are.
Mhm.
And so I'm thinking of somebody slapping me, and the next day is just gonna be like peaches and cream because I forgive them for slapping me. That's the way you sounded. You sounded like,
No, I'm no. I'm just using that. That was like the
and I'm
word.
saying I'm gonna beat them up. I'm gonna beat them
Yeah,
up.
no, no, I'm not fighting. No. I'm not gonna fight. I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
beat
fight
them up.
anybody unless I'm up against that. My back is against the wall, and I have to fight either for my life or for letting that person know. Listen,
Linda,
one.
you are not gonna let nobody slap you and walk away with it, okay?
Well, they're gonna get.
No,
They're
no,
gonna get.
no, no.
I
Mm-mm,
have done it. I'm trying to
mm-mm.
tell you, I have. I'm not saying that I accept it and that it's okay. What I'm saying is that I can get up. I'm not gonna go to bed with that burden on my head. Like once it happens, I'll be mad. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll be upset. I'll even, depending on the situation and the person, okay, they're gonna hear this mouth. Because I could beat you with my mouth more than I have to put my hand on you.
It feel better doing both.
No, I could just my mouth alone. Let it be without cussing too.
Mm-mm.
I guarantee.
Ooh,
Oh yes,
bless your heart.
I've listen. I deal with people all day at that doggone airport that do some crazy stuff, and I have to sit there and be like, "Have a great day," like "Have a great day," because you have to save your peace. That's what I'm trying to say. Once you get okay, no problem. Once you get a taste of that, I guess, and you in it for a little while, after you know how to navigate your way out of that, and somehow it all depends on how deep you want to do it. I have been through some stuff. That's all I can say. And I had to forgive them. If I tell you, you probably want to fight them for me, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna.
That's what big sisters are
That'll be
for.
another one. That'll be another show.
But
Big
oh,
Sis is
so
coming to get you.
huh? Say it
I said it's
again.
gonna be
Exactly.
called Big Sis is coming to get you.
That's right. Exactly. Thank you very much. So that part. No, so Shoba, before you go, sweetheart, because I know you have to go, you made a promise that you want to keep. So I want to just ask you for some words of wisdom to give to anybody that's watching this tonight. So go for it.
Since this is a kickoff to Women's History Month,
Yes.
um, didn't have this plan, but I just want us women, all of us women, to remember that we got our rights to vote maybe about 100 years ago. We're not going to go backwards. That means we got to move forward. Not that we need to be above men or anything like that, but we are just as
Right.
strong. We have same characteristics. We can do the jobs that they do. We'll play the sports that they play, but to not be belittled or to, just know that we are capable of being great in this world, and
Mhm.
moving forward in our lives. So that's pretty much it.
And just to let you know, if I haven't told you already, that you are enough, that you are great, you're God's masterpiece. Continue to walk in God's light and love. And just, if you can find it in your heart, honestly, if someone ever does anything to you, they say you're supposed to turn the other cheek, try to do so, because these days and times you never know what people are thinking and going to do. Yes,
Right.
we want to strangle the heck out of them when they do some foolishness, but ugh, we got to try to woosah.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
but anyway, thank you so much for coming on tonight, my sis. What is it that you got to say for the world? I know you got some good gems, boy, girl, go girl, give it to us.
I don't,
Take it home,
I
sis.
don't really have nothing to say.
What would you like to tell these young ladies out here? Because they think they know everything, and we used to be like that at one point. So what is it that you would like to say to the younger ladies?
If I could say anything without going lengthy, it would be to believe in yourself, believe in the impossible,
Mm,
believe that, just like my sister was saying, that you are worthy, believe that you are capable, believe that if you can dream it, if you can think about it, evidently you can achieve it because it was in your spirit to even manifest in that way in the first beginning.
mm, mm.
Your intuition, we call it intuition like it's nothing. No, as women, we are powerful. 9 times out of 10, when you have that gut feeling, they say, the spiritual side of say, when the spirit of God is unctioning you, when the spirit of God is talking to you, um, the you might hear, when the ancestors are speaking to you, when the Most High, whoever you believe in, whoever you worship, when you get that warning, when you get that sense that something isn't right, when you feel like you shouldn't go along with the crew, when you feel like you're different, 9 times out of 10, it is all true. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to think outside the box. It's okay to go to the left when everybody's going to the right. Because if we was all meant to be the same, we would all look exactly the same. We will all have the same exact body shapes, color, hair, So believe in yourself. Never, ever, 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 ever think that what you want to achieve is impossible. Because if somebody else has done what you want to do, if somebody else is doing what you want to do, then you've already made that a lie by thinking that you can't do it.
So let me
Because you already have your example.
thank you.
Your example is believe it, achieve it, and keep on getting it.
Amen and amen to that. Do you hear
Oh,
that,
yeah.
ladies? You are powerful. You are God's masterpiece. You can do it. And guess what? You're worthy. You
Yes,
are worthy.
absolutely.
And don't ever forget it.
Serve the best.
Take your joy, honey. You put those shoulders back and walk with confidence. And with that said, I thank you, beautiful ladies, for coming up here today. You really rock and roll. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love you. And stay tuned, everybody, for the next episode.
We love you.
Love
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Shoba. Love you. Mwah.
Good night.
Love you.
Love you, Linda.
I love you.